Hello, and thank you for coming along to a very short video showing you how to use Children's University online. It's very likely that I've been into school to show your children how to use this, but it is obviously a new platform to you and to them, so this is why I'm doing a short video just to show you how to get onto it and any problems that you might encounter along the way. Now, the website you need to come to is childrensuniversity.co.uk. If you wish to Google it, that's absolutely fine. But can I please ask that you click this top button here, because Google have added a login button here. And if you click that, it takes you to a login page that doesn't actually let you log in. And we can't seem to get Google to take it off. So if you come to that page, please don't try putting in the details because it won't work. Just click on the Children's University logo and it will take you to this page here. This is what you need to be seeing in order to log in properly onto Children's University Online. If you come over to the right hand side, you'll see that there's a login button and you can log in as a child or a staff. Your child will need to log in as a child. If they accidentally click staff, then it won't recognise their details properly. So if you are having any problems logging in, just double check that it does say child on this page here. Okay, so it should say login child. If that says staff, then go back and click child. Now, the username and password are very case sensitive, so please, please, please put the details in exactly as they appear on your child's login card. The login card has also got the website, and it should also have on the back of it a QR code that you can scan to take you to the website as well, just in case that's helpful. But if there's a capital letter, please put a capital letter in. Please make sure you put the full stops in the correct places, but please don't use any spaces. Okay, that's generally the biggest problem if children are having trouble logging in. It's that they have missed a letter or a digit or something like that. So please make sure it's exactly as it is on the card. Click login and it will take you to your Children's University Online dashboard. Now, don't worry, this isn't a child's details that I've borrowed. This is a pretend child. This is Joe. And each child's dashboard is unique to them. So this will give your child their information about how they're getting on with Children's University. It's not how their whole school is. You can't look for other children on it, and you can't email other children on it. It's not that sort of a platform, but it does show them lots of information. So let me just take you through that. I'm going to come back to this in just a second. This is where you add their stamps, but I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But on the right hand side, you can see where they've recently earned their stamps. If you keep going down, you can see how many hours they've earned so far, what their previous award was, and then what they're working towards next. And that's really good actually, particularly towards the end of the year, just before we start collecting hours for the graduation, because they might be, for example, 2 hours off of reaching the next level. So it really is great for them to be incentivized and to see how close they are to their next level so they can just push that little bit extra. As you keep scrolling down, you can see different badges that they can get. These aren't linked to graduation. These are linked just to Children's University Online, just to encourage them to keep using the platform and checking in on it. And then there's also the top categories and the top skills that they're developing. I'll talk to you in a moment about stamp codes, but basically every activity that the children do, a stamp code has been attached to that, and that stamp code tells we've created those stamp codes, and we've told the computer what the activity is, how long it lasts, because each of these stamp codes is an amount of time. We've told the computer what categories they're going to be developing, what skills they're going to be developing. So as the children add these stamps, this is what they can see. So Joe, for example, has done quite a lot of family learning and arts, culture and music, but not quite so much practical life skills. So he might look at that and think, well, actually, maybe I need to do a little bit more of that to help get that balanced approach. So it's just really interesting to see where and how children are earning their stamps as well. And that's the same with the skills. We work really closely with a company called Skills Builder, and these skills are taken directly from their framework, which they work with primary, secondary schools. They work with employers across the country to look and see what the most important skills are. So that's how these are all linked up. And if you keep on scrolling down, they'll also see what's going on at their school. Okay, so if they're linked to a school, that's where that information will be. So let me go back up to the top, because the most important thing that they'll be using this for is to add their stamps. Okay, so like I say, every time they do an activity outside of school, please make sure you ask for the stamp code. If the learning destination isn't quite sure what the stamp code is, or that particular person you've spoken to isn't sure, please just pop me an email. I'm more than happy to help provide the codes. Just send me a little bit of evidence of what they've done and I can do that for you. My email address is bexley.cu@bexley.gov.uk. If your child does any activities in school, and they're a children's university school, you don't need to add stamps for those because actually the school will do that for you. So that's a worry that you can leave alone. This is more for if children do things outside of school. So let's add a stamp. Now every stamp is a colour and then 4 numbers, and as I said, they are unique to that activity. So for example, over the half term, I actually did a Ghost Sketch online webinar, which is really good fun. So I'm going to add the code purple 7738. Please make sure that it's 1 number per box, and please make sure it's the right colour. I know sometimes children have said when they've tried to put a code in, they've gone, oh, I don't like purple, I want orange, but that will link to something completely different and may not even exist as well. So please make sure it's the stamp code that they're given. Once you do that, you click add your stamp, and it will take you to this screen here which says yes, thank you, and it will tell you what the activity was. So there we go, there's my Ghost Sketch Club that I did. And then they get the opportunity to reflect on it. So they can reflect on activities to earn themselves more stamps. So for every 2 activities they reflect on, they can earn another half-hour stamp. So it's really great for the children to be able to share with us what they thought of it and if they think that it matches the skills that we said. But it's also great for them as well because they earn stamps. So if they want to do that, they can click yes, please. And this is what it looks like. So we've said, well, actually, by doing the Ghost Sketch Club activity, they're going to be developing problem solving. So what do you think about that? Do you think you used that skill and improved that skill? We also thought it developed creativity. What do you think about that? So it's a very simple little form, and they can add some details on there if they would like as well. And at the end, they can just click send. Okay, and then the half-hour code will automatically be attached to their account when they do that. If they don't want to reflect on something or they don't have time straight away, that's not a problem. They can just click no thanks. I'm just going to click that to go back to the beginning. Okay, so hopefully you should get that when you get a stamp code, but I am going to try adding a different stamp code. So I'm actually going to try adding purple 1402. Now this is the code that I give children for their very first time they do this training with me, and it gives them a half-hour stamp because I will have spent half an hour showing them how to use this platform. So I'm going to put the number in and I'm going to add my stamp, but it's saying there's a problem. Now with this particular stamp code, the problem is that you can only use it once because you don't ever need to use it again. You don't need to ever do my training again. Once you've done it once, you get the idea. So that's why it's not working. And every stamp code has got a limit to how many times you can use it. So if your child goes to, let's think, maybe football every single week, and maybe they go 3 times a week, and they go every single week of every single, all throughout the year, they will add up a lot of stamps quite quickly, which is absolutely fine. That's great that they're doing those. If you do find that you get this and you think actually that's not right, this code should work, please again just pop me an email and I can help you with that. You can either pop me an email or you can click I don't have a stamp code, pop me a little message and I can look into it. So sometimes it is that children, for example, maybe you've put the wrong number in and it's not a code that's recognised. It might be an activity that they're just trying out, so maybe they're just trying out different colours and different numbers just to see what happens. But again, unfortunately, if children do activities or put codes on that they haven't actually done, we need to go in and revoke it. So unfortunately, that doesn't usually work. But if you do have any problems, please just pop me a message. Okay, so you can either pop me a message there or you can email me. So when you've done that, you should see that activity pops up over here. There we go, there's my Ghost Sketch Club. And actually, if you want to go in and reflect on any other activities, maybe like I say, you didn't have time to do it, you can go on here, okay, and you can reflect on the activity and you can reflect on any of them. And there we go, that was a stamp inquiry that Joe gave me, so I wrote him a little message to say what the difference was. Okay, and that's, to be honest, basically it. What you can use this platform for is you can also find activities. So if you click on find an activity, you say that you live, let's say Erith, and then find activities. Sometimes it has a bit of an issue. So it's brought it up, but As you can see, the best thing to do is actually do it by distance. There we go. Okay, because otherwise it brings up activities from all over the place. If you then click distance, it will bring up all the activities that are closer to wherever you are or wherever you're visiting as well. Obviously, all this information is on the Learning Destination directory, but if you do want to do it by looking online, then you're very welcome to. Okay. And finally, please can I ask a very strange favour? Please don't ask a question this way, because basically what that does is that asks a question. We get the question sent to us, but because like I say, there's not an emailing facility within this. It's not that sort of a platform. It's very difficult for me to get a really good answer back to you. So if you have a question, rather than asking the question here, please can I ask you to either speak to your children's university lead at your school, or pop me an email. Or ring me. I honestly do not mind that at all. But it's quite hard to get back to you if you ask questions this way, because, like I say, there's not an emailing facility. We don't have phone numbers or anything like that stored, so we can't get back to you very easily. But that's basically what Children's University Online is. But what we do is at the end of each academic year, so it's usually the week after May half term, the Friday after May half term, but the children come back. That's when the cut-off point is, so that we know who to graduate that year. It's not to say that the children can't carry on earning stamps after that date. Yes, they absolutely can, but we've got to have a cut-off some point so that I can organise all the graduations, all the gifts, and all that sort of thing as well. And with the graduations being at the beginning of July, we're on quite a tight time schedule. So please make sure that your children keep adding their stamps for activities that they've done. And like I say, any problems at all, just pop me an email. My email is bexley.cu@bexley.gov.uk, and I'm more than happy to help answer any questions. So we've come to the end of this. I'm going to log out and I'm going to say thank you very much, and I hope to see you very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.